Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the rffl weekly preview for the upcoming game Week 9. It's been an interesting and controversial week for the rffl, so without any further ado, let's get down to this week's games. First up is the Kings versus the Brew Crew. The Kings are -7. This one isn't all that hard to figure out. Kings have a solid team, but they don't have what's really important, and that is, yes, LaDainian Tomlinson. Brew Crew has him. I know many people quietly were trying to deal and trying to get in contact with Matt. He, unfortunately, was busy at the front office and busy in a meeting and wasn't able to contact anybody. Therefore, the Kings fall to the Brew Crew. Sleepers at Holeshot. Holeshot -1. Holeshot actually last week ducked a bullet by almost losing to the hapless Jesters on Monday night, but they were able to pull it out. Whereas the Sleepers, they went into hibernation. They decided to start Brett Favre instead of Peyton Manning. Had it been the other way around, they would have won. Got to go with Holeshot to blast the Sleepers out of a sound sleep or the deep hibernation that they may be in. Champions at 69ers. Well, we got a bunch of old friends going at it here, and probably it's a little rivalry. But really, there's not much to say on this game. Don finally gets to decide what position he wants. And yes, Larry Johnson will help him find that position and will help him win the game. And the Phantoms versus the Mystics. Now, this is an interesting game. A couple weeks ago, both teams were very hot. Scoring a lot of points. It looked like it was going to be a kind of a game of the week, but Mystics, I think, have been playing a little bit above themselves. I think Coach Craker has them overachieving, but I will tell you what makes this a very interesting game is that most of the key players on both sides are on the bye week, so it's going to be whoever has the strongest bench, whoever is going to have players produced that were on the bench. And interestingly enough, Coach Craker decided to go with Seneca Wallace. He said he had a vision, and that the fantasy gods had kind of hinted that this guy might be able to help them. So we'll see if that holds true. And the Phantoms actually also have done some interesting things in the past week here by going after kicker Shane Graham. The Phantoms acquired Graham via a trade that was placed about 4 or 5 weeks ago by the Jester owner Dennis Fritchie, whereas though he wanted to revoke it for some reason, he wasn't able to, and this caused a greater bit of controversy, thus leading us up to the game. Shadows versus the Jesters. Shadows -12, and Jesters are desperate for their first win, and I think that what happened last week was actually a clever scheme by Dennis to throw a temper tantrum, threatening to dump his team, which was garbage anyway, and that prompted Phil to do what he does best, and anyway, it's not going to work. Dennis will win, but it's not going to be against the Shadows this week. So if you're going to bet, go with the Shadows. Which leads us up to the game of the week, the Fighting Irish versus the Reign. Whenever these two get together, it is always a very intense, physical match. This rivalry goes back, way back, their family, so it's very heated. Ian is a very competitive guy. He has a strong team this year, and I was tending to pick him this week to win, but as Rocky normally does, he manages to trade, and he has a completely revamped team, plus he's got momentum. And I think that momentum is going to help propel him past the Fighting Irish this week. Okay, thank you once again. This is your host, Mike Cock, giving you the wrap-up of the RFFL week for Week 9, the preview. Just want to wish the teams this week much success, and looking forward to seeing you here next week.